Hi everyone, welcome to another week in review. I am back. I've been on like a 2-week hiatus, just been busy. It's been busy in my personal life, but I'm so glad to be back and to be doing these lives. Hopefully I am consistent on doing these because it's just been busy as hell. I hope everybody's Thanksgiving was great. I hope everybody's holiday is going to be great. And we're going to enter a new year. Hopefully this is a new year of great possibilities because this year has been a drag. Right? Just too much. But I am here to start off with COVID because yes, this is year 3 and we're still dealing with COVID. So here we are. According to the Johns Hopkins University of Medicine website, we have 645,015,272 cases of COVID worldwide. We have 6,640,436 fatalities worldwide. In terms of the U.S., because we are 4.2% of the population, but we account for 20% of the cases, we are at 98,967,906. So we're close to 100 million cases of COVID. Yeah. And the death toll here is 1,081,431. So let me repeat these numbers. So global confirmed cases of COVID-19 are at 645,015,272. The global death toll is at 6,640,436. U.S. confirmed cases, keep in mind we are 20% of the cases, even though we're 4.2% of the world's population. 98,967,906. And the death toll is 1,081,432. In terms of vaccinations here in the country, over 250 Americans got vaccinated as of yesterday. So the exact number is 253,927, which is a total of 228.4 million Americans are vaccinated, is at 70%. Keep in mind the president goal for 70% was back in July of 2021, and it took, towards the end of this year to be at the president's goal. But still, people need to be at 90% according to Dr. Fauci, who is on his way out and going into retirement. So with that being said, with all of these things going around, cold, flu, RSV now, and polio's reemerging. We still got the monkeypox and, still COVID. People need to be mindful. People need to wear their masks. I always say that. I am tired of telling people to get vaccinated, even though people should get vaccinated. But, people are dumb. And we just got to accept the fact, which is sad, that people are dumb and people are willing to fuck around and find out. But I'm telling everyone, wear your mask. I don't think the mask is preventable from all other things that's going around besides COVID, because COVID is airborne. So you should wear your mask in closed spaces and crowded spaces. You should still social distance. I still social distance because I want people to stay away from me. But you should protect yourself and protect the others around you. Because this is going to be another surge, and it might be our last surge, but it's going to be another surge. Because we're at 70%, but we should be at 90% full vaccination in this country, according to Dr. Fauci. So moving right along, last month we had elections, and these elections were interesting. They took a turn. Of course, you have the pundits and other folks blaming New York and blaming Florida, which there was heavy gerrymandering. You can also think other folks, just being dumb. Oh, Joseph, you could just put your comments in, put your what you're going to say in the comments because if I do the video with you, it's not going to upload to my YouTube. Sorry about that. But yeah, but this election was very interesting. You know, unfortunately, the GOP has the House, but not by much. Like they said they were. They're not going to have the House. I mean, they are going to have the House, but not as much. It's going to be the same race margin as the Democratic Party is in right now. They're going to still have the same number. So it was like 213 to like 221, 222, somewhere around that. So, yeah. Oh, we know you here. So I just want to sum this up that the Republican Party did not have a red wave. It was like a red trickle. And people said there was a red wave in New York. You can say so, but you know, we still got our majorities in the state legislators. We have a Democratic governor, a Democratic lieutenant governor, a Democratic AG. So Republicans didn't really like do too well in terms of the top ticket. No. But in Long Island, it's completely red. Completely red. And we know who we can blame for that. And people keep saying, why you keep saying this man's name? Because he is the chairman of the Democratic Party here in New York State. And he should not be having this job. But I'm going to digress on that point. Because in lighter note, there is the GA Senate runoffs between Senator Raphael Warnock, who is the incumbent, versus Herschel Walker. And I have some folks in my family from South Carolina that lives in Georgia, and they're all voting for Raphael Warnock because he is a senator that delivers for the state, despite that they have, you know, governor voter suppression in the office. They do have great senators, and they need to keep having those great senators. So if Georgia was really smart, which I know they're smart people, they will be voting for Raphael Warnock. So don't believe what the pundits say when it comes to Herschel Walker and his legal woes and his drama. You know, the young and the restless. That's what it sounds like. Not the bold and the beautiful, but the youngest and the restless. So that's how it sounds like. So I hope Georgia does its thing. The president, the former president, was there. Also, the vice president, I think, will be there. It's going to be a lot of big names going to be there to canvass and get out the vote for, you know, Senator Warnock. So I'm thrilled and excited. And we're going to claim and manifest that he is going to win his seat back for a full 6 years. So Georgia is going to have a great senator who will deliver for them. Now, that was a wrap for 2022. We have how many days into 2023? We have about, 24 days or 23 days until 2023. We know there's not a big election year, but it's still an election year because Kentucky has a gubernatorial races. There's some state legislative races in New Jersey, which is my neighboring state, and Virginia. And I believe here is probably some, you know, judgeships here in New York. So, yeah, you still got to go out and still vote. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Now, this is also the election cycle for 2024, which is the presidential election. And let's just say that we all know that President Biden and Vice President Harris are going to run again. That's what it is. And if anybody is smart, they would not probably primary them because they're very popular. But primaries are healthy. But if I was people, I would not, because the president and the vice president actually got records to run on, because they basically, you know, gave money to people, put shots in people's arms. Infrastructure. We actually had infrastructure week. We have an infrastructure bill. We have so much things going on. We addressed the baby formula shortage. We are addressing the inflation. The president and the vice president is doing so much to the point where, if you really think primary them is really the thing, I don't know what to tell you. And that goes for the guy from South Brooklyn, Bernard Sanders. Who, by the way, I'm going to get into that in a minute. But there's also there's also Senate and House races too. The House is up for every 2 years, and there's senators that are running in 2024, including my senator, the junior senator of New York, Kristen Gillibrand. And if there's one particular person think that she's going to challenge Senator Gillibrand is one of the most popular politicians next to the lieutenant governor and the AG. So I think this particular person who is from Queens / the east side of the Bronx may want to sit this one out. I'm just saying. But since we're back to speaking on 2024, I would like to address a particular person. His name is Jordan Chariton. That's how you say his name? Jordan Daniel Chariton. Let's tell the story. So, the DNC, along with the president, had a meeting, and they decided to have certain states go first besides Iowa and New Hampshire. And according to the Associated Press, the AP, I'm going to pull up my receipts. Got to state my sources. Democrats voted to remove Iowa as the lead-off state on the presidential nominating calendar and replace it with South Carolina. Started in 2024, a dramatic shape-up championed by President Biden to better reflect the party's diverse electorate. Which is true. South Carolina did deliver for the president. That's why President Joe Biden is the president of the United States, the 46th president. Thanks to the black folks in my mom's home state of South Carolina. So, with that shakeup being the thing, Jordan Daniel Chariton, decided to tweet this. Biden and the DNC, not even subtly, rigging primary to front load South Carolina with older black population that typically vote for establishment Dems. Biden and the DNC not only subtly rigging primary to front load South Carolina with older black population that typically vote for establishment Dems. So, I said this to him. This proves why black folks don't consider white progressives like you as allies. This is what he said. Because I stated a fact that South Carolina is an older, more conservative state whose voters tend to vote for more mainstream establishment Dems like Biden, I said, as a person who knows South Carolina black Dem voters, which is my aunt, my uncles, my cousins, my maternal side of the family, they're voting for someone who has a record and relationship with black community, with the black community. Your progressive king from South Brooklyn, aka Bernard Sanders, does not have any relationship with the black community. And that's a fact, because it's true. I mean, he grew up in Brooklyn. He moved out of Brooklyn because the borough was becoming more fucking diverse. And guess what? Brooklyn has the biggest black population throughout New York State. So overall, Jordan Chariton, I'm so glad that you deleted that tweet, because your ass was getting ratioed than a motherfucker. First of all, an alleged sexual assaulter tweeting some shit like that, I am not surprised. All of you white leftist men out there like Mr. Chariton are not allies to black people. Damn it, you're not even allies to your own white sisters. Because you probably put their fucking... You know what? I'm not going to make this personal. I'm not. I'm going to be nice. No, I'm not going to be nice. But I'm going to clean it up. Jordan Daniel Chariton fucked around and find out when his ass got dragged in his mentions for basically sounding like a whole fucking racist. I always said about these so-called white leftists, progressives, communists, whatever the fuck they call themselves, they were never allies to black people. They don't even like black people. They use black people as a cover-up to cover up their fucking racism. But Brianna Gray don't seem to understand that these so-called leftist white bros of hers are not allies to the diverse black opinions or black people, period. They're nothing but bums. And they're dirty as fuck. Look at Jordan. Jordan looked like he doesn't wash. He looks dirty as shit. He needs to shave. He's just disgusting looking. And that status coupe, whatever that shit is lame as fuck. Because your sources is not fucking reliable. And no, you did not state the facts because you had to delete your fucking tweet. So Jordan, I'm glad you sort of learned your lesson. But if you keep invoking black people in a negative light, you will continue to get fucking dragged. And that goes for all white leftist men and white leftist women alike. Let me tell y'all something about black voters. Black voters are pragmatic. They're not conservative voters. They're not centrist voters. We're pragmatic voters. Yes, we're not a monolith, but the majority of the time that we vote, we're pragmatic about our voting. We don't vote for the shiny object. We vote for someone who has a record and has a relationship with our community, who understands our issues. And the black folks down south set the tone. They knew the president understood our community and he was going to deliver. And guess what? He did. So I'm going to need for all of y'all to shut the fuck up. I mean, like, the caucasity of these people. Seriously. The fucking nerve of them. And I'm sorry, I'm fixing my hair, but I got so mad that my bun came out. Because that man made me mad. With his racist ass. Now, another white man, but on a different side of the aisle, named Michael Henry, wants to criticize my AG because one of her staff members were, resigned because there was sexual harassment allegations against him. But guess what? He resigned. He resigned. I don't know what Michael Henry's trying to get out of this, because I think he's mad. Michael Henry's angry because he lost. You think you was going to win against Letitia James? You really think your management experience was going to get you some votes? No. You sound so unserious. You don't even have knowledge of how our state laws is run. All you know is Letitia James is weak on crime. That's the best you can do. Because the last time I checked, she's not weak on crime, sir. So I want Michael Henry to still continue to be a litigator, a person who knows how to manage people in mortgage, and just shut the fuck up and go away. Like, seriously. And take those homosexuals with you. Hi, Jay. How you doing? Back to the leftist men. See, I'm switching. You know, there's a lot of problematic white men in all sides of the ideological spectrum, no matter if they are a Republican or a Democrat, right? So, Hakeem Jeffries, Representative Hakeem Jeffries of Brooklyn, is now the incoming House Democratic leader, minority leader, after Speaker Pelosi, Leader Hoyer, and and Leader Clyburn has both stepped down. And they stepped down to pave the way for new leadership, fresh new leadership. Well, some folks have an issue with Representative Jeffries, along with the representative of Massachusetts and the representative of California, which all of them are not the typical white men, white leftist men that they had dreamed of, or the progressive fever dream. These white leftists, including Anna Kasparin, who needs a makeover, and Cenk Uygur, who needs to lay off the donuts. Yes, I'm going there. Had a lot to say about Hakeem Jeffries, Representative Hakeem Jeffries, saying he's a corporate shill, a corporate Democrat. I find that term to be very dirty. And they use it mostly for a lot of black politicians. Because every time when Cenk Uygur and Anna Kasparin talk about corporate Democrats, they always refer to black elected officials. They refer to the vice president when she was a senator. They refer to a couple other black politicians in the House side, and as well as Hakeem Jeffries. To my knowledge, I don't understand what is so corporate about them, because they get PAC money. But isn't Bernie Sanders a corporate shill? Because he gets PAC money from Our Revolution and other places. Last time I checked. Who has 3 houses, all in Vermont, the last time I checked. Or maybe 2 in Vermont and 1 in DC. I don't know. But he got 3 houses from what I heard. But he believes in socialism. That's not socialism. That's capitalism. And that's corporate-ish to me. Because Hakeem Jeffries don't have 3 homes. He goes right home to his district in Crown Heights. So what the hell? You know, I am so glad that TYNT blocked me, because first of all, y'all news ain't shit. Y'all sources is only The Intercept. And then when you use legit sources, you criticize those legit sources. And then you come up with your alternative facts, which that shit is bogus as fuck. You guys look disgusting on camera, and you guys are just horrible and deplorable people, per Hillary Clinton. So therefore, Cenk and Anna, you will never be invited to the the cookout. Black people don't fuck with you. We don't like you. And the black people that do fuck with you, they ain't shit. So there you have it. And just for overall, just white leftist people and white centrists, because you guys are part of the issue. Bill Crystal, I'm looking at you. And white moderates, I'm looking at y'all too. I mean, y'all all may not agree on the ideological spectrum, but y'all all motherfucking cut from the same motherfucking cloth. Because you got an issue with black people rising to the executive level of power. And that's the truth. Y'all want the president to kick off the vice president off the ticket. Y'all don't like the fact there's black AGs in different states. You guys don't like the fact that black people are just rising in power. You guys don't like the fact that black people have political power. That's your fucking problem. Well, guess what? It is the third decade of the 21st century, and black people are showing up and showing the fuck out. So if you have a problem, maybe you need to reevaluate yourself and check your own racial biases. And that's a fact. But I am going to call this a night because I'm tired. And I appreciate people for watching. And if you missed the beginning, you could catch the replay on the Instagram Live. And also this video will be on YouTube once you get the alert. And there'll be some clips on Twitter. So until then, folks, have a good night. See you next week. Deuces.